Hey, it's Jacob, the firebrand here with your awesome intuitive guidance for Jupiter in Leo for the air signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Jupiter in Leo is going to be affecting you and supporting you in the following ways. So if you're a Gemini sun, moon, or rising, Jupiter in Leo is going to be in your third house and supporting you by sextiling any Gemini planets that you have. So the entire time that Jupiter is in Leo, he is going to be sextiling any Gemini planets you have or your Gemini ascendant. If you have Gemini stuff between 12 and 22 degrees, Jupiter will be 3 times doing this because Jupiter goes retrograde in December at 22 degrees of Leo, all the way back to 12 degrees of Leo on the 8th of April, where he will move forwards again. So backward, forwards, backwards, forwards. Like for example, my ascendant is 22 degrees of Gemini. So Jupiter in Leo will get all the way to sextile in my ascendant, and then it will go back and come back forwards again. So your area will be communication, self-talk. Your communication skills will expand. You'll want to expand the way you communicate. You'll want to expand how you communicate. You will probably be talking a lot more on my days. And Geminis can talk and talk like there's no tomorrow. So you'll be talking a lot more. You will be speaking, communicating, interacting with people, talking about your ideas a lot more. Quite likely talking about yourself a lot more, talking about sharing your ideas of the world, communicating, chatting, all of those kind of energies. It's all third house stuff. Watch for self-talk. So if you do have a capacity to be engaged in self-talk, especially unsupportive self-talk, watch that because Jupiter will expand it. So use this time to think better thoughts about yourself and communicate better with yourself. Use this time to boost your ego and self-esteem in a good way. You know, the kind of I'm okay, you're okay kind of way, not I'm okay, you're a twat kind of way. So it really is about building your self-esteem and communication style. For all of you intuitive, psychic, mediums, community messengers, spirit messengers, whatever you want to call yourself, for all of you Gemini suns, moons, and risings out there, you will expand your communication with source, expand your communication with your guides. Your guides are going to be channeling a lot more through you. You'll be going to be talking about stuff. You're going to be sharing your message, excuse me, sharing your message with the world a lot more, being out there and engaging. So use this opportunity. And some key dates are for everybody is the 9th of October because we have a grand trine with Mars in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Leo, and Uranus in Aquarius, in Aries. So it'll be a grand trine in those aspects of your chart. So it'll be affecting your 3rd, 9th, and 11th houses. Sorry, your 3rd, 7th, and 11th houses. So, you know, a good time for partnerships and friends and socializing and communicating on the 9th of July. For the period of the 28th of February to the 9th of March, next year, Jupiter and Uranus are going to be in trine, exact trine, for 9 days. The period that they will actually trine each other is going to be for a good few weeks of supportive energy between your 11th and 3rd houses. So if you do anything, it'd be a good time to start group work and working with groups and stuff like that. For Librans out there, your 11th house is going to be aspected with Jupiter in Leo. It's a good time to expand your friendships and the groups that you work with. Get a better sense of what your role is here for humanity. So if any of you are engaged in humanitarian things like groups or campaigns, or for example, if you're part of Occupy movement or an environmental movement or a spiritual movement or a group or something, you'll find your role in that group expand. You'll probably find yourself leading some of these groups or be being put into a position of power or influence within these groups. People will be looking up to you as leaders and innovators in this, because it's very much your 11th house is going to be aspected. You may find yourself socializing more. You may find yourself setting up groups and stuff like that. You will see anything you do with groups expand, so it will be successful. Watch getting too involved in groups and getting too involved with that energy, because it may deplete you in some way. And watch your inability to make decisions about which groups you get involved with and stuff like that, because quite likely you'll want to be involved in all of them at the same time. The astrology group, the change of planet group, the environmental group, the basket weaving group, the cooking group, you want to be involved with all of them. So you need to pick which ones you feel resonate more with you and go for those ones. Again, key dates are the 9th of October, because of the grand trine in fire, aspects in your the same houses, 7, 3 and 9, really, 7, 3 and 11, sorry, because it's Aries, it's the fire signs that are aspected by the grand trine. And again, if you're Libra, Sun, Moon, or risings between 12 and 22 degrees, it will be aspected 3 times because of Jupiter's retrograde motions between 12 and 22 degrees. Aquarius, suns, moons, and risings, partnerships, marriages, and partnerships are going to expand. The energy around your partnerships and marriages will expand. You will quite likely meet the person you're going to marry in this period, or meet the person that you're going to have a significant partnership with, whether it's a romantic partnership or a business partnership, or possibly with you being Aquarius and the leaders of innovation and humanity, a partnership that will change the world in some way, or change human consciousness in some way. So you'll meet that person that you're supposed to work with to change either the planet or a group that you're involved with, or people that you're involved with, because your 7th house of marriages and partnerships will be aspected. You're going to be really focused on equality and balance and fairness. So you Aquarian suns, moons, and risings, especially the rising signs, will be really, really focused on what's fair, what's balanced, what's harmonious. All key issues that are going on economically for the planet at the moment, and the economic systems we have in place. Your focus will be very much on that. What's fair for you, what's right for people, what's right for humanity. Your focus will be on that and will expand because of Jupiter being there, and quite likely your awareness of all the inner qualities will expand as well, as the shadow side of it. So, your awareness of the inner qualities in society will push for you the desire to see these qualities addressed somehow. And your awareness about how we can address those will kick in as well. So you're quite likely going to get important messages, or you will get ideas about how you can support that and how you can bring people together in groups to support that. Because Aquarius is all about group energy and humanitarianism and stuff like that. So you will definitely be bringing people together and stuff like that, and expand that consciousness and awareness, and quite likely meet the person that you're going to actually marry, actually have a romantic, loving, sexual partnership with. Quite likely you will meet them in that period. Again, those of you born between 12 and 22 degrees who have suns, moons, risings between those degrees, you may find that that person goes away and comes back again in your life, or there is a period where things seem to not work out before they come back again. So, or it might be that you split ways because one person's going to go off and do one thing and you're going to go off and do something else, and then you come back together again in April. So it could be split in December and come back again in April, and move forward. So that's for you out there. But for all of you air signs, it's your 3rd, 7th and 11th houses that are being affected. So that's 3rd, 7th and 11th houses that are going to be affected by the Leo energy, the Jupiter in there. So enjoy it. I will be doing more videos about this, because there's actually 22 really supportive dates that involve trines and sextiles coming over the next year in regards to aspects of this. And it's funny how the universe works, because most of these aspects are at 14, 17, 18 and 22 degrees. I'm looking at the paper here, and 12 degrees as well. So it's funny how the universe works, really, in regards to the energies and the degrees. So those of you who have stuff at those degrees are really going to get it, really going to feel it, and it's good energy. Thank you.